It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Hawks and the Vikings on Monday Night Prime Time.
We find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here come the Seahawks. Time for that offense and quarterback Russell Wilson to go to work.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills. The ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. To throw is Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
Not bad for a 4th-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Throwing, Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that. All
the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Wilson dumps this one off to Chris Carson. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. A nice job of bringing that in, but why was he so close to the sideline there? They had all kinds of room in the flat.
A little bit of a lack of coordination between him and the quarterback, because both of them should have seen that room that was available, that space. Stop your route a little bit shorter, put it on him, and let him turn and get upfield.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Cousins gives way to Cook. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Osborne. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Pulled in at the 24. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. Being chased out left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Here's Carson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll spot Eskridge open left side. 7 yards to pick up there.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
They go play action now. Wilson. Rolling to his left. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
A gain of 16 yards.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll find Eskridge here complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's for the sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Third and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. Now it's Wilson. Touchdown, Seahawks. Dwayne Eskridge as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. We don't see too many scoreless halves in football, not in today's day and age, and we're not going to see one here. We finally have points on the board.
Yeah, and it didn't come easy, did it? Because neither of these offenses really gotten out of the starting blocks yet. But that is definitely an important score right there. And who knows? The way their defenses play, that touchdown might even hold up until the end.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. Cook with a run on first down, but he'll only manage a couple there before he's taken down.
He was taken down by Bobby Wagner. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 24-yard line.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Seahawks in that first half. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Second down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Cousins on first down. Going up top. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. To the air again, it's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A give. This is Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he stops right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 56 to Mike. 56.
Here's Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. B.C. Johnson there to make the grab. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is DJ Reed returning. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. Incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st down, Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
A pass underneath for Carson.
Wilson's pass complete to Chris Carson. A gain of 7.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Second down and 7. Now it's Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Now it's Carson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
3rd down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Wilson. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into the wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This for the lead in the final stages. Myers' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So Cousins and the Vikings down 10-7, 2:13 remaining. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. First down, here's Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Cousins throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now a throw here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Here's Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to...
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly...
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. They will look for some important yardage on third down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. Cousins to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Seahawks have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. On third down, it's Carson. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Cousins. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
One last shot now for Cousins. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.